we folded our paper in half lengthwise. Okay, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to fold it the other way. Okay, so this is how to create a right angle bend. So once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to remember that if you're making a straight track, you know that your paper is a certain width. I'm just going to open up your straight section to show you that the width of the track is about exactly half of this page. So you can create a bend on this page using that idea of that measurement. So half the page takes you to there, so you could actually fold your page twice if you wanted to get an idea of what the measurements are. You know that that this top quarter of the page, I'm going to draw on it with pencil. That top quarter is one distance that you need for the track, and then going around the corner, you've got, and I'm using my straight section of track as a bit of a measurement, you've got that. So we know that from that measurement there, we can create ourselves a right angle bend, and I'm going to create two. So I'm going to go back over here, and using that measurement from my section of track from the straightaway, I'm going to create another right angle bend. So sorry, I'm going to put this over here. So let's go over that again just to make sure we get it 100% right. Fold it in half one way, fold it in half the other way, and then what you can do is on this straight line down the middle, if you want to make it really, really easy, you can take out your straight section of track that we made and use it as a template and sit it probably exactly halfway on the thing here, and that's going to give you roughly what you need to create your right angle bend. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut this way and cut this way, and then cut this way. And same deal over here, this way, and this way. And that will give us two, and we'll say we want right angle bends. Will that give us two L-shaped pieces of paper? And then you've got to say to yourself, well, we need to have sides that are roughly the same height. So it's going to be roughly that height there on this side. So you know that this side has to be folded up to here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to that point, because I can't fold this up otherwise. And that gets folded up. So that's the first part of my L. But then I know I have to fold up this side as well, about the same distance. So I'm going to cut in here and fold that up. I don't know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, there's a big hole here. Well, if you think your marble's going to fall out through it, I'm going to show you what you can do about that in a moment. And then you need to, in this section over here, cut the distance that you want to fold up, and fold this up. And then you've got this lovely little corner piece here, so you can fold that over to close off your corner. And then if you're worried about that gap there, you cut a piece out that you weren't using, well, don't waste it. Use it to close off that gate. Sorry, I'm bumping the camera. So you can just pop it in there on the side to stop that marble from scooting out through the gap that's there. And so that's one of your right angles that you could use. Now we'll just do that process again. So we know that we want to roughly find our height, so not halfway. So we know that if we were going to fold the two sections in, they would be folding to a certain point, and this one will be folding to a certain point as well. Roughly the height of the wall. So we're going to, if we want to make our height, and you could relate this to the, once again, you've made your straight section of track, you could actually relate your folds to your straight section of track, and you could go, well, because you want to match it all up, you know that your fold needs to be roughly there, but it'll fold pretty much where you need it to anyway. So that's your first bit of the turn, and then we know that we need to cut in about the same distance as the height of this wall here, and you fold that up. And then obviously this needs to be folded up because there's two walls meeting here and here. You need to create that cut so that you can fold the wall up. So you fold your wall up, and then you close off your corner. Now if you find that it's too wide to marry with your other bits of track, you might need to cut further into the corner and maybe give it a bit of a trim, and you can obviously close off that gap. I've shown you how to do that. And so now you know you could join those two sections together to go around a corner, and if I'd started with this the other way around and bent the walls the other way, we could have done like this wonderful little zigzag effect, and you can run that downhill and have a great old time with the corner. So if you, depending on which way you fold the walls up, you can make it to the left or to the right, and that is your corner. So we now know how to make a straight track, a curve, and a corner. Sky's almost the limit now.